Hey guys, this is Kevin. I work for Murray City Fire. You guys have possibly noticed me walking around some of the facilities. We've been trying to update all of the AEDs within the city. And then I will be coming around and doing just checks and maintenance on them periodically as needed. I'm going to take this mask off. So first, we just wanted to come out with a video that kind of shows how you would use this. This obviously isn't going to be a certification course by any means. This is more just down and dirty so that you know what the monitor looks like, how it functions, and then how we're going to apply it to a possible patient. So if we come look at the monitor here, this is going to be in most likely a display case that's going to be, they're going to be mounted in a public spot. So they're pretty easy to get to. You guys should know where they are in your facility. If not, I would highly suggest that you guys look for them and make sure you know where they're at and that you're familiar with them. However, if we do need this, we're going to grab it, take it to our patient. We're going to call 911 obviously, but in the meantime, before we can get there, you can open this up, that lid comes off, and you're going to have a set of pads. These are what we place on the patient, and then inside each of them I've included a pair of shears so that we can easily cut off the shirt so that we can get to that chest. Inside these pads there's two different sides, and you'll notice there's some convenient photos on the front here. It shows you exactly where you need to place it. This little device, it actually monitors your CPR and makes sure that you're doing compressions effectively. And this machine's smart enough that it's going to tell you if you need to push harder, if you need to push faster, if you're going too fast, or if you need to push not as hard. So this puck here, bullseye, we're going to put that right in the center of the chest because that's where our hands are going to go. We're going to draw a line from nipple to nipple and place that bullseye right in the middle. This other pad is going to just go below the left breast and under the armpit, just on the side like that. And then when we do CPR, we're just going to push on that puck. And again, it's going to give us that instant feedback so we know how we're doing as far as CPR goes. And then I think what we'll do is we'll just go through the actual monitor. We'll run it. We'll put it on our patient and we'll just show you kind of what the sounds and whistles that it's going to make. And then just for the purpose of this, we have a rhythm generator that's going to simulate heart activity or the lack thereof. But hopefully these are pretty easy to understand. You notice on the front here there's a power button that says on off. All you're going to do is push that and it's going to be really loud. It's going to tell you exactly what to do after that.
Unit, okay, adult pads.
Okay, so it's saying that we have our pads on.
Don't touch patient, analyzing.
Once we get it on the patient, it's going to analyze and check for a pulse.
Don't touch patient, analyzing. No shock advised.
Okay.
Start CPR.
And then it's just saying that we need to start CPR. So we'll come over, we're going to do CPR.
Push harder.
See, and then it's going to give us that feedback right away and let us know that we need to go harder.
Good compression.
Okay, and then I'm going to turn this off. After we do that, it's going to do, every time it tells you whether to shock or not, it's going to count down for 2 minutes. And at the end of the 2 minutes, it's going to reevaluate and it's going to tell us whether we need to shock or not again. So this time when we turn this monitor on, we've got to wait a few more seconds for it to kind of reset. I'll turn a heart rate on and then you'll see what that looks like, and then it's going to tell us that we need to shock. Similarly, if we run the same scenario, however, we have a patient that has a heart rhythm that we can actually shock and correct with the shock, then it's going to take us down a little bit of a different route. However, again, this machine is going to tell you exactly what you need to do. Just listen, follow instructions. So we have turned it on, we placed our patches, And now we're going to let it do its thing. It's going to assess the patient. We're going to let it do that.
Okay, adult pads. Don't touch patient.
Okay.
Analyzing.
It's analyzing. It's going to tell us that we need a shock.
Don't touch patient. Analyzing. Shock advised.
Okay, so now that it's decided that we need a shock, it's actually going to select the right voltage to shock our patient. So
Press flashing shock button.
we don't have to think about it, and then it's already charged. So all we got to do is push this button. And,
Shock delivered.
okay,
Start CPR.
and then we go back into CPR. So again, it's going to give us that automatic feedback right away. Let us know if we're doing things right. If we do anything wrong, it'll actually correct us. So it's really, really user-friendly. Again, we'll just go over kind of the whole process of you find somebody who's not breathing normally or not breathing at all. We're going to come up and see if they're doing okay. No response. It looks like they're not really breathing. We're going to go ahead and try and get an AED, and we're going to call 911 immediately. Once we get there, we'll open our case. We've got the pads, the scissors. We'll go ahead and cut that shirt off, expose the chest, place our pads, turn our machine on, and it's going to do that whole evaluation. It's going to tell us if we need a shock or not. If we don't shock, then it's going to want us to do compressions right away. Typically in these layman CPR courses, we don't teach the rescue breathing. We usually just teach the hands-on CPR portion. And so I know some of the photos on these machines, they actually show a picture of us breathing into the mouth of the patient. However, if you just do compressions, you're going to do a lot more for that patient than trying to do both. So just compressions, and then again, follow the machine. It'll let you know. Typically we're no more than 3 or 4 minutes out. So we'll be there pretty quickly, and then we'll take over for you. If you guys have any questions, feel free to contact the fire prevention office, either Joey Middleman or myself, Kevin Davis, and hopefully we'd be able to resolve any issues. Okay, thanks.
5, 4.
The tip of the tongue, the teeth, the lips.
Respond up.